Nigeria, the Super Eagles.
Have you moved the mic? Have you moved the mic? Move the mic over.
Chukwueze, nicely released. Osimhen, there it is. He's got the hat-trick.
A very good afternoon to you out there, our esteemed viewers. You're welcome to Punch Sports Extra, and my name is Shegun Odunayo. It's my very first time on this particular show, but of course, every Monday, you know, we do come your way, giving you the very best as regarding the world of sports and how best to begin today. And for me to introduce my strike partner on the show with me this beautiful Monday afternoon. He's smiling already, just like the millions and thousands of Nigerian Super Eagles fans are smiling across the country. Ebenezer Bajela is his name. A very good afternoon to you, Ebenezer Bajela.
Yeah, good afternoon, Shegun. Good afternoon to our esteemed viewers out there. We're both making our debut today.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. What a world. But Victor Osimhen yesterday was not making his debut for Nigeria, but he was breaking a record. Yeah. He was hitting 20 goals. I mean, overall now, a hat-trick against Sao Tome. He must love Sao Tome and Principe. Yeah. They need to build him a house on that island. 6-0 overall yesterday. 16-0 if you combine both matches against Sao Tome and Principe. But very quickly, let's talk about the game. What were your takeaways from that game?
Well, I think, we might want to look at the caliber of opponents we played, Sao Tome and Principe. But the good thing is they were able to to put themselves together, and we saw some improvement in the team. Yeah, you need teams like this to build your confidence. You need teams like this to get back on track. And looking at the last game against Guinea-Bissau, where they struggled, but against Sao Tome, we saw the team created 7 chances and they converted 6 out of the 7. That's something you want from a team with such quality. And for the first time, our goalkeeper was on holiday. Probably they could have given him a bed.
Brings me to this question now. Were we that exceptional, or did we just play a very, very poor team?
No, I won't. With due respect to Sao Tome, all the invited players, for the first time in the history of the national team, had no, home-based player. Even there was this argument over there, and the coach even had to defend, why he invited all foreign players. So you can't just look down on them. I think we should give credit to the Eagles. It showed they know they've lost the confidence
of Nigerians.
And what a way to build that back, and that's against Sao Tome. I just feel sorry for Sao Tome. Wow. Seriously.
Anyway, immediately Super Eagles first 11 came out on social media. People were angry. Yeah. People said the coach, our very own Pesero, and the controversies that have enveloped him in recent time. People said he just put up the players there, all attacking players. I mean, it was more like everybody just going there and score. There was Victor Osimhen, there was Taiwo Oni, there was Ademola Lookman, and Samuel didn't start. It was this guy on the right who played on the right wing. Kelechi Iheanacho, thank you very much. So more like 4 strikers playing at the same time. People are wondering what formation this guy was playing. People are wondering the pattern of play. This was actually the first time that we're having all of them at once. It was more like, well, did you feel there was so much burden on the attack?
No. Let me write. There was this statement by Pep Guardiola sometimes ago that there are some headaches you don't want to have, and there are some headaches you like. I think having quality players, in your team, it's one of the good headaches you want to have. Yeah, that's when you be able to test how good the coach is. Now you have Ademola Lookman, who has been performing very well
for Atlanta,
for Nigeria, even though he hasn't been hit the top form we named him for last season. You have Awoni, who has been scoring goals for Nottingham Forest. Of course, you have
Victor Osimhen, never gets cold.
You have Victor Boniface, who has been fine form also for
Bayern Leverkusen.
5 goals in 4 matches.
I think he's the hottest striker now for Nigeria.
Yeah, and he even won
and he did not even get a starting shirt.
So you can see the quality in the team. And mind you, some players were not even invited for the game. Remember, we have Alex Iwobi, who has been out injured. So imagine when
even Gift Urban, was was invited but got injured.
An injury on Friday.
I was expecting to see Gift Urban.
It was unfortunate that he couldn't make his debut for Nigeria.
Super Eagles.
So imagine when you have players like that, that it becomes a problem. Now, how you get how to test a good coach is okay. Which formation do I go out with? And
if things change, what do we move to?
Yes. So now he switched Ademola Lookman from the right flank to the left flank, so that he will be able to accommodate Kelechi Iheanacho or Samuel Chukwueze, who are so used to playing on the right flank. And remember, Moses Simon did not even get the opportunity to play
at all.
So when you have players like that, then for me, we played Sao Tome and Principe. I expected probably something another 10 goals.
Wow.
But when the 6 goals, not bad. Well,
we don't see the good score 6.
That's the biggest goal margin we've scored in Nigeria in the last 45 years.
Yeah.
The last time something like happened was against the Benin Republic and Labour, and we tried
years ago.
1970 thereabout. Yeah. So I think Peseiro, it might not be the fans' favorite, but let's just give it to him. He got it right against Sao Tome yesterday.
Now on to the next, which is we have an array of stars. It's crystal clear already. Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Samuel Chukwueze of AC Milan, Gift Orban. How many have I mentioned? Taiwo Awoniyi of Nottingham, who is banging in the goals for fun.
To remind you that players like Isaac Success were not even invited
at all. Now, this is my big question for you. Facing AFCON, do we have anything to keep us happy, or we should just be cautious because the last time we were doing really well and against the Tunisians, before we could say Jack Robinson, they put off our light like NEPA.
But that's where experience counts. And at the last AFCON, we won all the 3 matches in the group stage. And
Moses Simon was flying.
And they were also to face a Tunisia. They were battling COVID-19.
They even struggled to get to the next round.
Together, they struggled. Most of the players that played against us that year were not even fully fit.
They were injured
and probably overconfident. Got the better of the team. But like I said, that's where the experience comes. For me, the coach, had then Eguavoen had a major role to play. He should have informed the players, Kai, we can't just overlook the side. You know how dangerous the North
Africans have always been. So they've always been terrible.
So, now looking forward, that's in the past. Looking forward, we have players, no doubt about that. Remember, even Jordan didn't even make his debut yesterday. The vice captain, Trustekong,
could not make the first 11.
And for the first time, we have this Calvin Bassey and Semi Ajayi playing the central defense, and they did very well.
I think they're actually on form in their various clubs at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why going forward, now they've raised our hope.
They've raised our hopes.
So we believe that we can actually go to Ivory Coast and win.
Somebody said our problem is in the middle. We do not have creative. We do not have a 10. Yeah. It looks more like since the days of JJ, everybody who has played in that position has struggled. Yeah. Mikel struggled. What's his name again? The captain of the under-17 guys that led Victor Osimhen and Samuel Chukwueze. What's his name again now? Everybody just thought he was supposed to come in. He struggled. How am I escaping his name? Rabbi Ibrahim came, struggled. This Rangers guy is also there at the moment. Joe Aribo. But he's struggling.
I think the only player that has been able to fill that void in recent time has been Alex Iwobi.
Even Iwobi struggled at some point. He had a good Nations Cup, but against Tunisia, he was nowhere to be found. So is the middle our problem now? With the quality of boys up front, we should be banging in goals.
So with the quality of guys up front, when you have player like
there are too many
out there. You have Boniface.
Taiwo.
These are players that big clubs in Europe are looking out for. So that means attack-wise,
we are good. We are not bad defensively.
The players, from the middle to provide the support. But let's hope before the AFCON, they have a few months. Let's hope that they'll be able to, put their house in order, get 1 or 2 players, creative midfielders. You have good defensive midfielder.
Of course.
Frank Oyeka.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Wilfred
player.
Ndidi.
Fantastic player. But that player, when the sheet is down, that can pick the ball from the midfield and single-handedly break the defense.
Run them ragged.
Lacking at the moment.
Ebenezer Bajela. the Super Eagles of Nigeria, do they have a goalkeeper? Should we still loan Chiamaka Nadozie to the Super Eagles? Do we have a goalkeeper we can trust? Against Algeria, two Nations Cups ago, we saw what happened to us. Even this last Nations Cup, the Tunisian goal, we saw what happened. It looks like it was even the same guy. They brought in. We've changed goalkeepers. We've changed since Kali came in. We've changed goalkeepers.
Since Kali came,
we've not gotten a goalkeeper.
To get, a good,
solid goalkeeper.
We've been experimenting. We've tried Francis Uzo. We've tried Maduka Okoye. Sunday Adeleye
was not convincing in his first game. He wasn't even convincing in that game.
So we tried a host of them, but let's see how it's going to be. But for me, at the moment, whether we like it or not, the goalkeeper we can actually bank on right now still remains Francis Uzo. But that doesn't mean the coach cannot do better. That doesn't mean they can't send out scouts. But even if you look at,
I think, is it not too late to send out scouts for the Nations Cup?
It's not too late. It's not too late. If you remember how,
do we need to look in what? Do we need to?
Made it to.
But we have Olorunleke Ojo.
Yeah, who has been doing very well with.
He was even with these guys.
But of course, he was from the bench.
Yes.
And I think probably one or two friendly games before the next window in October, where we'll be playing a World Cup qualifier. Probably one or two friendlies where we can test these guys will help us, discover. And we have this guy also, Kayode Bankole. Yeah, he has been convincing as well.
I think Kayode Bankole is living on PR. If you ask me, I think so.
That is for the coach, test this player, because if you don't test them, there is no way you can tell how good they are.
All right, very quickly to the man of the moment, the first Nigerian since 1999 to make it into a list. The Ballon d'Or nomination list. The very first Nigerian since 1999 to make it to the Ballon d'Or list. And if he eventually wins later this year, it will be the first Nigerian since, I think, 15, 20 years now to become the African Footballer of the Year. I'm talking about no other person but our own Victor Osimhen. 3 goals against Sao Tome and Principe in the first game against them. Yesterday at home in the nestle of it's now the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. I'm still used to calling it the Nest of Champions. He scored a beautiful hat-trick in front of a full stadium yesterday. Victor Osimhen, Ebenezer Bajela is on fire home and away for country and for club.
Yeah, for country and for club is on fire. For the beginning of the new season, he already had 3 goals in 3 matches, and now he scored another hat-trick
in just a game.
Yesterday in just a game. Now
he went home with the man of the match award. Getting a paltry 1 million naira, and we're talking off camera and saying that he didn't need that money. You should just say, but they just take this, manage this.
Yeah, but back to the real issue. Victor Osimhen is been banging goals, and right now it's looking like he's going to gradually is climbing that ladder. This long-standing record of the late legendary Rashidi Yekini, that 37 goals for the national team,
and he has 20 already.
Now he has 20,
and he's just 24. It's just 24.
So it's beginning to look like Osimhen can actually, do that. Prior to yesterday's game, he was in 6th all-time, top scorer for the country with
Obafemi Martins,
Ikechukwu ahead of him. After that game, he dethroned them. Now it's 4th.
He has Segun Odegbami in front of him now with 21 goals.
Segun
Odegbami has 21 goals.
21. Segun Odegbami 23.
Is it? My bad.
We have Rashidi Yekini
at 37. And he's just 24.
So with one or two more games, it might just be the second all-time.
Victor Osimhen has had 3 solid seasons. 2 seasons ago when they almost won the league, talking about Napoli, but they didn't win the league. And people felt, this guy is on form. Is he going to keep the form? Last season, he came on hot. People were saying, is he going to leave Napoli? Is he going to go to Saudi Arabia? Came with one very crazy offer. And people thought he was going to City. People said, no, there's Alan there. You should probably go to Bayern. And then this season, is he going to start on form? And he's on form at the moment. I think there's something about this guy that is probably eating to us, because it looks like he's never going to stop.
But
we really do not have Nigerian players who keep going on and on for many seasons.
If you look at Osimhen, one thing about him, even without the captain band, he's a leader. He's a born leader. is
the energy,
and the desire, the hunger to want to win. Is never, even it doesn't settle for anything less than a win. And I remember the game against
Ghana. He was our best player on the
best
pitch.
player.
Attitude-wise, football-wise.
It was like a lot of people were like, "Oh, if we had had probably 2 or 3,
Osimhen on the
Osimhen
pitch.
would have won the game." But like I said, it's better to move forward. Looking at Osimhen, is always hungry.
Always hungry.
Hungry and
always hungry.
So even look at their last game before the the international break, when Napoli lost to Lazio. He was everywhere trying to get the goals, but Lazio did their job. They were able to to shut him out, and that was the Napoli's undoing. So for Osimhen, he's always hungry, and I think that's what's been helping him. And I'm sure somewhere deep inside of him, even though he had denied once or twice that he's not after Rashidi Yekini's record, but somewhere deep inside of him, looking at him very well, with that 20 goals, 17 more to go, I'm sure he'll be behind that achievement.
All right, away from football and away from the Super Eagles, you know the beauty of the Super Eagles and football is whenever you talk about football, regardless of the club you support, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, where they are fans too, and Liverpool, when it comes to football and we talk the Super Eagles, everybody is involved, everybody is interested. Away from football now, we quickly move on to tennis, where another record was set. A teenager went home with a $3 million reward of what it means to win the US Open. Of course, Americans were really loving that. They wanted an all-American final. That didn't happen eventually. But just look at what happened in the final. Coco Gauff with her parents. And we watched the video just before we started where she said she still lives in her parents' house and she does not have any debt to pay. And people should advise her on what to do with her money. Some people said, come to Africa, come to Zanzibar. Come and enjoy life outside of tennis. But 19-year-old Coco Gauff, we all saw how she started. We all saw her attending the US Open. We also saw her practicing with her father. Now has won the Grand Slam, and more importantly, has won $3 million.
We watched the video together, the live stream, and she said that she doesn't even know what to do with the money.
Doesn't know what to do with $3 million.
Not there to pay.
Doesn't know what to do with $3 million. Oh my goodness!
Phone call. I'll tell her what to do with the money. No, but looking at her, she totally deserves it. She's been around. She's been trying to lay her hand on a major Grand Slam. Yeah. She's just 19 years
19.
old. No pressure.
Future is bright.
No pressure, but she's been hungry. And I remember she started 4 years ago.
Yeah, 15.
When she was just 15 years old, and she has lost at the semi-finals, quarter-finals, but winning it on home soil, that's a big one. Big one. And who else to beat than Sabalenka?
Yeah. So we saw her,
and she came from a set down.
Yeah, we saw her. You know what happened was I was actually following I didn't watch it live, but I was following it. I was on cable TV and they were bringing it and they were bringing it live. And when she lost the first set, talking about Coco Gauff, I felt, oh my goodness, I think this girl is actually going to win. But good one for Sabalenka if she wins. And I didn't monitor the game again until the end when
like I said,
came from a set down to win two sets. Yeah.
And now the question is, are we seeing another Williams?
Serena Williams. I think for female tennis, they always don't last. They always don't last. I mean, by not lasting, I mean you get into the news for 5 or 6 years, maximum of 5 or 6 years.
Serena,
that's the end.
But
Serena was different.
Yeah.
I started loving tennis with Anna Ivanovic. Anna Ivanovic, I think she got married to Bastian Schweinsteiger, the footballer. We didn't hear much of her. Sloane Stephens got married to this footballer, this American footballer. What's his name again? We also did not hear. We didn't hear.
And that's why most of them they try to stay away from having
children.
From having.
Look at Serena after her
the
kid.
Moment look at Serena. She's been hunting this title for a long time now.
Yeah.
She wants to be the outright owner of
the mother of tennis.
Slam.
But that has not come. And it looks like it may not come anytime soon because she just got a second baby.
Yeah, it may not happen anytime soon. And just today, Novak Djokovic also defeated Medvedev in the men's final.
I was coming to that. For men, it looks like the longevity thing is always there.
Yeah, it's always there.
The top guys have always remained there for years. Rafa, Roger.
Like Murray has been struggling, he's been winning 1 or 2 titles, but he has not been dominant. We've had Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic.
When Novak lost his last Grand Slam, people were saying perhaps it's time for the theology to move away. But look at him coming back.
And after winning early this morning, he sent another message. And I'm sure the likes of Andy Murray, they will all be worried. He said, I'm still here to stay. And that means he's not ready to retire.
He has the highest number of Grand Slams when it comes
24,
to men. Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Overtaking Serena, who was 23.
Yeah.
So I think for Serena, it's going to be tough winning another major one. But when you have these young athletes around, it's going to be a tough one. But for Novak Djokovic, the tendency of adding more to his 24th major Grand Slam is still there.
All right, beautiful one from the world of tennis. Coco Gauff being the biggest winner this weekend. Of course, she wasn't the only one who won, but because when they say when a man bites a dog, that is the news. But when a dog bites a man, it isn't really any special news. Coco Gauff, 19-year-old American, winning on American soil with her parents in the crowd, with her father crying, and she's saying that, oh, that's my dad right there crying. He doesn't, and the father was telling her to cut it, not to say, you can see him. He's has been. I mean, the cameras have you crying on television.
And another beautiful moment from yesterday's victory was that a video of Coco Gauff when she was just
playing on
old,
stage. Yeah.
All of a sudden, came out of nowhere. And
but nobody comes out of nowhere. Everybody must have been hustling somewhere. Nobody comes out of nowhere. She must have.
She was just 8 years old.
Her father was the one training her from when she was very little, and the man was equally in the stands yesterday.
Similar to that of to the
Serena,
Williams
Serena Williams sisters.
Their
dad. All right, very quickly now we'll move away from tennis to UFC, where Sean Strickland defeated, beat, destroyed, and squeezed our own Israel Adesanya. Well, he's New Zealand. I think today he can represent New Zealand. When he wins, we can. You know, when they lose, they saw. But I think Israel has been consistent. Israel has been very consistent. I saw a video of him showing his eye patch, showing his busted lips, saying that well, he lost, but that there's life. But I didn't see it coming because that's his style. Adesanya is always very bogus with his words.
He lost the fight in the first round.
Well, it was a 5-round fight. Yes, but he got knocked out in the. But he came back to fight 4 more rounds.
No, but even he said it after the game that after the first round, he had doubts deep inside himself that will I still be able to bounce back. So for him to be able to even make it to the 5th round means he's actually a good fighter, But the way he started, the first round wasn't good. That's not the way for a champ to go, and he allowed Strickland. What's wrong with
that guy tore him apart.
Usman Cameroon had the same experience.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Similar experience. Now
Israel. I think this is his 2nd loss now in a while.
For this one, I think there's more of a probably he should focus more on the fight than.
But that's his pattern. Win or lose, that is what he does. He's not. That's why he's one of the UFC guys that brought panache to the game, that brought entertainment to the game. Everything you do these days, you need to bring entertainment on board. Because if you don't do that, even journalism, you must bring entertainment into your journalism. Because if you don't bring in the people, if you make it feel secluded,
but the important thing
keep
is
people away.
Focus
Did he lose focus? He lost. He didn't. I don't think he lost focus. He lost.
Before the game, it was more. I'm going to defeat him.
He always says that. He always says that.
And I think he lost focus. If you look at Adesanya, even walking into the ring, we know the lifestyle. We know his swag.
That's his swag.
But and that was why he was mercilessly beaten in the first round. He had his eyes, everything swollen in the first round. That is not something we've seen.
That was terrible.
Before.
That was terrible.
And even Strickland said it that Adesanya seems to make it look easier for him. So that's why I said henceforth ultimately he must have learned 1 or 2 things from the fight. He should do more of.
He has been losing too often. I remember when he left his weight, his kg category, he went higher, he lost. Then I think he lost another one after that, and he has lost again. This guy should just stop.
Is it that he's not ready for that category?
I really think Israel Adesanya is having way too much fun. I feel he's not just doing UFC alone. He's beginning to just enjoy his life. Israel Adesanya on Instagram is always taking care of himself with his He's always chilling. He's always chilling.
And that's why I said he seems to have lost focus of
He's always chilling.
The main thing.
It looks like we're going to be having a bromance between boxing and UFC again. I was watching Tyson Fury say he was ready for one of this Cameroonian guy again. Francis Ngannou, Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. I would love to see what comes out of that. The last time we had something similar to UFC coming up with boxing was a few years ago, and that was so much fun. McGregor and Mayweather, the Money Man, that was so much fun. But this time around, it looks like they are going into, they are leaving the boxing ring and they are going into the cage. It's going to be interesting, really. We can't wait to have Tyson Fury and Francis get into the cage and give us some entertainment, because sports without entertainment for me is barely nothing. I think we've had a very lovely time on the show. We've gone around the world of sports, no English Premier League, club football, business, and obviously no FPL. You know what FPL is? For those who do not know, Fantasy Premier League is what FPL means, where you know FPL now, where we do Fantasy Premier League, EPL players, you buy them, you sell, you get points and all that. And here in-house, we do have one particular league as well, like various leagues out there. And who else is stopping? I think it's not time to brag yet. Let's get to week 36, 37, 38, where the king can truly show his worth. On behalf of Ebenezer Bajela, who has been my partner, my striking partner here, and on behalf of all the guys in the control room, pressing the right buttons, lifting the right things, and pushing the right angles. My name is Shegun Odwan. I was saying, have yourselves a lovely Monday and a fantastic week. Bye for now.
His own half. Keeps it simple for his Leicester City teammates. Cuts inside, goes for goal and gets the goal. 2-0, Nigeria. The Super Eagles.